Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's WinterhelmGames and we're back with another reaction. This one is again from the Templin Institute. They do different things on different sci-fi shows, not their version and what happened in events and different things like that. So this one is again on Star Trek and it's to do with the Cardassian Union. We've had ones from likes of seeing from Starfleet Command is the different powers in the galaxy, how they ranked. We've looked at the Romulans. We've looked at the Klingons as well. So more to look at as well. The Borg is a more in-depth one. I guess near half an hour. So look into more of those as we get into the new year and stuff like that. But for now, if you do like what I'm doing, you do like these type of reactions, like and subscribe to the channel. It's free. Does help out the algorithm, and say let your friends and family know if they enjoy this type of thing as well, especially if they're into sci-fi or games. You get both in the same channel. You might as well come and have a look. There's Warcraft, Minecraft. I tried to do a bit of GTA at times, but I have completed everything in GTA, so I am trying to see if I can get into a bit of GTA roleplay. Maybe coming up for GTA 6, who knows, but that'll all be depending on whether I get into a group of role players or not. But if not, then I say I'll still be doing stuff with Minecraft, Warcraft, and a couple of different games. I might revisit Red Dead 2 again and do it for the channel, but we'll see what happens. That's one of the best games I think ever. But anyway, I've got on too much. Let's get into it.
For centuries, the Hibishian civilization was admired across the Alpha Quadrant for their extraordinary artistic and cultural achievements. They were a deeply spiritual people, whose ancient burial vaults were among the greatest wonders of the galaxy, renowned for their unique sense of meticulous beauty. Yet the enlightened and peaceful Hibishians could not survive the realities of their homeworld, and as resources dwindled, their society collapsed into ruin. Amid widespread poverty and famine, a new vision for achieving stability, justice, and prosperity took hold amongst the people. By the time the last of their burial vaults had been plundered and sold, the Hibishian way of life had become extinct, replaced by a new order and a new name: the Cardassian Union. The founding of the state was marked by the establishment of three separate governing entities: the Detapa Council, Central Command, and the Obsidian Order. Although the Detapa Council represented the highest authority within the Cardassian Union, it exerted only nominal control over state affairs and was forced to compete for political influence and resources. Over the course of its history, true power was instead consolidated within Cardassian Central Command, the Union's highest military authority. The Detapa Council was only sporadically able to counteract a decision made by Central Command, making the Cardassian Union, in essence, a totalitarian military dictatorship.
Yep.
Only the Obsidian Order, the primary intelligence agency of the Cardassian Union, could truly compete with the military and maintain their independence and autonomy. The Order was one of the most ruthlessly efficient organizations in the explored galaxy, rivaling even the Tal Shiar of the Romulan Star Empire. Their expertise in intelligence gathering and covert operations was directed as much on their own citizens as any potential foreign adversary. At its height, it was said that no Cardassian could sit down for a meal without every dish being duly noted and recorded by the Order, down to each ingredient and method of preparation. The highest members of the Central Command alone were above such scrutiny, who in turn prohibited the Obsidian Order from ever operating its own warships in order to maintain the delicate balance of power between the two organizations. The Union was widely viewed as repressive and brutal by outsiders, but its institutions.
It's a very good episode, this one, but I can't remember the name but now, but it's whenever he was captured and he was interrogated by the Cardassians and the whole 4 lights, 5 lights thing, you know, there's only 4 lights, and they played it really well. But it's almost like, just get away from me, you know. It was a very good episode.
Institutions were reflective of Cardassian values and culture. Cardassian society was fiercely hierarchical. Before the establishment of the Union, this was expressed through an emphasis on family, with advanced age seen as a sign of strength, power, and wisdom. Cardassian families were often multi-generational, and great importance was placed on the continuation of family lines. Over time, the natural Cardassian predisposition towards clear hierarchies was manipulated by the government, with duty to one's family replaced with duty to the state. Complete loyalty and servitude to the Union became of the highest importance in the life of every Cardassian. Ancient spiritual beliefs were distorted and redirected into an almost religious-like worship of the state itself, assumed to be omniscient, omnipotent, and benevolent. Modern Cardassian philosophy valued strength above all, not necessarily physical prowess, but strength of personal and collective will. These concepts were displayed in every facet of Cardassian society. Their architecture placed individuals of importance in physically higher locations, while their literature, in particular the repetitive epic genre, emphasized selfless devotion to the state. It was within their justice system, however, that these values were most clearly demonstrated. Within the Cardassian Union, a criminal verdict was always known before the trial began, and it was always the same. Cardassian courts were not intended to judge the innocence or guilt of the accused, but rather demonstrate to the public the futility of crime and the infallibility of the judicial system. While their efficiency was undoubtedly exaggerated for political and propaganda purposes, Cardassian officials went to great lengths to maintain stability in their society. Citizens were required to have a molar removed before the age of 10, collected alongside various other personal information by the Cardassian Bureau of Identification. The Cardassian military reflected this same level of meticulousness. Covert actions and deception were often favored over direct confrontation. Typical Cardassian strategies made extensive use of misinformation and were described as a plan within a plan within a plan, leading to a trap. The complex nature of the Cardassian doctrine was, in part, meant to offset their technological shortcomings. When confronting superior forces, Cardassian starships rarely traveled alone, instead operating in tight, well-coordinated formations. It was the military's expansionist policies that provided the Cardassian Union with the raw materials and other resources it needed to make up for the barren nature of their homeworld, Cardassia Prime. In the aftermath of the Union's founding, the military spearheaded the colonization of nearby star systems, but progress was slow and unable to meet the demand. In 2319, the Cardassian Union invaded and occupied nearby Bajor, home to the Bajoran civilization, whose rich culture and spirituality ironically resembled that of the ancient Hibishians. The Cardassian occupation authorities enacted
One thing I don't think I had actually heard about was the ones before Cardassia called the Hibishians. That's it's interesting to note that. I'll have to look more into that.
an extensive scheme of strip mining and forced labor, which quickly deteriorated into slavery and genocide. Cardassian expansion also brought it into conflict with the Klingon Empire and the United Federation of Planets. A series of border skirmishes, raids, and undeclared wars with the Federation eventually led to the signing of an armistice in 2367 and the creation of a demilitarized zone 3 years later. Neither power remained satisfied with the agreement, and the complex nature of the Cardassian Federation border territories would lead to extremism and terrorist attacks perpetuated by radical elements on both sides. Even though the Cardassian Union had fought the Federation to a standstill, the conflict and subsequent need to maintain the border had exhausted much of their resources. Constant terrorism and guerrilla warfare by the Bajoran resistance and political pressure from the Federation made the occupation of Bajor unsustainable, and in 2369, the Cardassian Union formally withdrew. Emboldened by perceived Cardassian weakness, former Federation colonists, now calling themselves the Maquis, began directly attacking Cardassian ships and outposts. Meanwhile, the discovery of the galaxy's first stable wormhole in the Bajoran system infuriated the Cardassian government, who had let control of the most strategic site in the Alpha Quadrant slip through their fingers. Cardassian ships and pioneers participated in the exploration of the newly accessible Gamma Quadrant, but the emergence of the Dominion, an enormously powerful and hostile empire, would prove to be disastrous. With no major power in the Alpha or Beta quadrants willing to stand firm against the threat of the Dominion, Enabrin Tain, former leader of the Obsidian Order, reassumed command of the organization. Together with the Tal Shiar, the Obsidian Order assembled a secret fleet which was sent through the wormhole to eliminate the Dominion's leadership in a preemptive strike. Already infiltrated by Dominion agents, the joint Cardassian-Romulan strike force was lured into a trap and completely destroyed. Crippled beyond repair, the Obsidian Order collapsed, and within weeks, Central Command had been overthrown as well. With long-suppressed Cardassian dissident movements now free to act, political power was transferred to civilian authorities, and the Tatapa Council fully restored. To the Klingon Empire, this massive internal destabilization was seen as evidence of Dominion infiltration. In 2372, Klingon forces launched a massive attack into an unprepared and weakened Cardassian Union. Desperate to restore Cardassian prestige, Gul Dukat, the former prefect of Bajor during the occupation, secretly negotiated an alliance with the Dominion, and in 2373, the Cardassian Union became its newest member. Membership gave the Union the time it needed to recover, while Dominion reinforcements from the Gamma Quadrant successfully forced the Klingon Empire to retreat from the systems it had occupied. Dominion forces also annihilated every Maquis colony within the
I do believe, though, if the Dominion wasn't a thing at that point, or if they had been defeated before the fall of Cardassia, or the fall of the Central Command, along with the Obsidian Order, that you would have had a larger Klingon empire at this point. They would have overtook all of those colonies, took over Cardassia's territories, and then it would have been, in essence, more likely a bigger threat then to Romulans and Ferengi and Federation, because but this is why I wanted to do one initially on. I have one on the channel already. I wanted to do Klingon first, the Klingon Empire, because there was a lot of different things that go on about it, which I go over in that video, about how long the Klingon Empire could be sustainable for if they're clinging to their old ways and things like that, and whether they deserve to keep going or whether they deserve to fall apart because they're clinging to the decadent past and they're not looking to the future and that type of thing. But so it's interesting to note.
The DMZ, returning to the Cardassians a sense of pride and raising the Union to once again be a major power within the Alpha Quadrant. The Dominion's desire to bring order to the galaxy, combined with Gul Dukat's personal ambitions, made conflict with the United Federation of Planets and its allies inevitable. When war was finally declared, the Dominion and Cardassian Union were unmatched on every front, consistently forcing the Federation and Klingons to retreat. The former Cardassian mining station of Terok Nor, now situated at the entrance of the wormhole, was retaken, and Dominion fleets were quickly within striking distance of major Federation worlds. While the eventual collapse of the Federation seemed inevitable, a bold attack in the Bajoran system allowed Starfleet to retake control of the wormhole. The astonishing nature of the defeat caused Gul Dukat to have a complete mental breakdown, and he was captured by the Federation soon thereafter. Legate Damar was appointed as the new leader of the Cardassian Union, but soon grew disillusioned when he discovered just how much his people had lost in exchange for Dominion membership. After an entire Cardassian order was abandoned and destroyed during a Klingon offensive, Damar, together with loyal elements of the Cardassian military, rebelled against the Dominion. While Damar's insurgency achieved only mild successes, the entry of the Romulan Star Empire on the side of the Federation forced the Dominion to retreat back to the capital of Cardassia Prime. As the Allies launched a final attack against the Dominion, the Cardassian population joined Damar in rebellion. In retaliation, the Dominion began bombarding Cardassia, killing hundreds of millions. When word of this reached the Cardassian fleet, it switched sides, and together with the United Federation of Planets, Klingon Empire, and Romulan Star Empire, forced a complete surrender of the Dominion. The Cardassian Union, once a proud and unrelenting force across the Alpha Quadrant, had again been reduced to a nation plagued by famine, disease, and destruction. Whether the Cardassian Union rises once again or is picked apart by its rivals remains to be seen.
I like that scene there because it's almost like, you know, we'll share a blood wine on the surface of Cardassia to recognize the end of the war, but when they realized how much blood had been spilt because of it, they're like, I'm paraphrasing, but it was pretty much like we're not going to be drinking over the bodies or over the blood of the dead or for many people who had lost their lives, but very well done.
For as a plain, simple tailor once said, we live in uncertain times.
Plain, simple tailor. Garrick.
The Templin Institute investigates alternate...
There you are. Again, there's a lot more to see and do. As long as they can keep going up, there's plenty to look at well into 2025 and beyond. So thank you very much, but do head across and give them some love, the Templin Institute. And I will see you in the next one. So hope everyone's had a good holiday, a good Christmas, and a good new year. And I wish you all a very happy new year 2025, and hopefully it's a good one for all of us. And all we can hope for is that we grow better for ourselves and for those around us. But hopefully we'll continue to grow here in the channel as well. Maybe by the end of the following year, we get to get up to near 1,000 subscribers. So who knows? We'll see what happens. But thank you very much, folks. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.